Hello, everyone. Sorry about that little hiccup right there. Welcome to another week of GDQ Hotfix Speedruns, another episode of Game Over. I am your host, Regal. Game Over is a show where we like to put on speedruns of games that either have a reputation for their high level of difficulty or speedruns that are being done on a higher difficulty level than normal. Tonight, we have two really great speedruns from two really great runners and two really great games. The first of which is going to be Pet the Cat percent or Cat Pet percent. I'm not sure exactly what the official title is, but that's going to be Eliza P run by Zimblade. That we'll get into that in just a second. After that, we're going to have a Mega Man Legends 2 run by Blue Metal on the highest difficulty level, so stay tuned for that as well. But first, we're going to get into Eliza P by Zimblade. Zimblade, you want to take it away for us?
Yeah, so this is Hello, I'm Zenblade, and this is Cat Pet Percent. It is a category extension, and our goal is to pet the cat Spring as fast as possible. So, I'm gonna just start a new game. I'm gonna skip the intro, and we're gonna have a 5-second countdown from that. So,
all right. Good luck.
Hopefully it loads. All right, and so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
And we start. So we start off with some I would say normal movement tech. This is normal if you've seen any Liza P speedruns. We start with our Legion, and then we go in to equip our glaive so that we can do block cancels, because we can only walk in this train, and so swinging the weapon does make you move faster than just walking. We then also unequipped our armor so that we're light load, which increases our stamina regen and our movement speed. And then we choose the technique class because our weapon is gonna be the same weapon we used, the Azure Dragon Glaive, which is a collaboration weapon, which is also the best weapon in the game. And it scales with technique, and so this kind of just is the best starter class to choose for the extra slight bit of damage.
That starting weapon is, isn't that like a DLC weapon as well?
It is a collaboration weapon with Wulong.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
right, it's a collaboration with Wulong. It is the best weapon because of its Fable, which is like its special move, Absolute Counterattack. It allows you to pretty much counter enemies hit, and you can amplify the damage of your next hit, or you can counter again, and it won't use a Fable slot if you don't use it, as long as you hit the dodge first. So this is the first enemy that's required. It's pretty easy. You just do 4 Legion hit. You do a running charge attack, 4 Legion hits, and the second Legion hit will stagger it. And then after that, you charge attack it, and that should insta kill it. There is a slight chance that it doesn't insta kill it, but for the most part, it should always insta kill because there is damage variation in this game, 10% above or below.
Oh yeah, so if you forgot about that.
So if you get 10% or below, it does barely not kill it.
I forgot about that, the random damage numbers.
Yeah, the next boss actually is also important for the RNG, for the random damage, because there are some hits that you do for the next boss, which in its second phase, while it's transitioning, it will have an increased defense, which it's probably like a 90% increase in defense, so we don't want it to hit that. But if we get all high rolls, it'll phase transition into his second phase early, and then we kind of just have to wait the entire thing before we can actually kill him. So I do skip the Formite over there. If anyone's seen any percents on this, you do pick up the Formite because of a few of the bosses, but because we never fight Archbishop Andreas, I skipped the Formite because of the I don't need the fire damage. And then I'll just sell my items. I can buy all these consumables because these consumables are very powerful. They allow me to, well, the first consumable I'm going to use is electric abrasive, which imbues my weapon with electric shock, which allows me to do more damage as well as proc electric shock onto the boss, which increases the physical damage it takes and electric damage it takes. And also, most puppet bosses are weak to electric blitz. Also, I think I had all low rolls that boss fight, so it was very close to phase transitioning, even though I knocked him down. And in order to pet the cat, which is the main goal of this run, I need enough humanity to actually pet the cat, which is about 381 or 379. And this is, you get humanity a lot by lying. So this is the first humanity check of the game before we go into Hotel Krat, which is the main hub world of the game.
Okay. And I remember the cat will not let you pet it at first. It is very hesitant to let you pet it.
Yep. When in the beginning, if I was to find the cat now, it would hiss at me.
Yeah.
And then it'll let me pet her, and then it'll let you pick her up, and then it'll let you hug her.
Yeah.
So the goal is to just get to the first phase, the first level, which requires a lot more humanity than like you would expect for how many phases there are, because there are 4 phases, but you can only get the second phase about like if you were to play this game normally, you can only get it at chapter 5, which is around a little less than halfway through the game.
I feel like it took a while before the cat would let me pet it. When I was playing this for the first time, I was like, when does it happen? When does the cat like me?
To get it before chapter 5, it has to be perfect. You have to play it completely perfectly, like with every humanity check possible. And that requires, I think if you're like first time playing it, it's really hard to get all of the checks.
Yeah.
So we had also, we leveled up, and then we also got the puppet string from Eugenie, because if I don't pick it up and I went straight out to the garden, it would teleport me back to her, and that is a little waste of time. So I'd rather just run to her and like get it myself, as well as refilling my fable by going into the training grounds in the garden. And that allows me to have enough fable for the next couple fights. I also picked up that throwing cell because I needed 1 extra throwing cell for this run, because I bought 3 throwing cells from the vendor at the beginning, and I need 1 more for this run. And the throwing cells pretty much are similar to the electric abrasive, where they're pretty much just a throwing consumable that lets me just chuck a grenade at them that procs electric shock. Consumables are very strong in this game, so I pretty much use at least an abrasive every run, every fight, except for 1 fight. Also, when I'm running off cliffs, I can also use, there's a little bit of time where I can just run off the cliff and still be actionable, so I use it to use a pull cell so that I maintain my momentum when I'm jumping off the cliff, so I can just get that slight boost forward.
And so how tough would you say it is to just like run past all these like enemy sections here? Is it pretty easy once you kind of know what they're doing?
The only one that's a little bit annoying is the enemy that was in that hallway. Because
I saw
trying
you
to
go
get
backwards
like
there.
Yeah, I do go backwards. I don't know if that's what they usually do, but I do go backwards so that he runs out a little bit farther. so that I can hit, so that he does his charge attack and I can just run behind him. And this is the only time where I'll use like mouse and keyboard just so that I can get that jump, so that I can skip pretty much the rest of that part.
That's a cool skip.
What? Whatever. I'll fix my hotball later.
We've got a lot to answer for.
I do this fight slightly differently because I don't know what the speedrun does. I try to look at it, I have no idea,
Well,
so I do it this way.
This is what the speedrun does. Obviously.
Oh, this is what, actually, because this is a category section, I was also the one to route it. So technically, for this speedrun, that is what the speedrun does.
Yes, exactly. Yes. There may be more optimal ways to do things, but you know.
Yep, as long as it works for me.
There's always ways to improve.
So I also need to grindstone my weapon deal so that I can have enough durability for the next boss. And I do pick up that star fragment, which is to use to summon a specter, so a companion for the fight. Usually you won't want to do that, but it is theoretically faster to summon the specter, as long as RNG allows it to actually be faster. There is one move that's RNG, and if it happens, it is a little doomed, as in 5 seconds-ish. 5 seconds is like lost. And I do pick up the amulet so that I can do 8% more damage to all puppet enemies, and this is now the next boss, the Scrap Watchman. Also, this is actually probably my favorite or second favorite fight.
This is a cool fight, yeah.
I missed, it's fine. The Spectre is also a bit annoying because sometimes it blocks, yeah, I'm just gonna stagger him. It blocks, like the Spectre like blocks what I'm able to do. Cause for some reason, it sometimes like just kind of stands in between me and the boss, and I can no longer like charge attack at the boss if that was the case. If he gets grabbed, this is exactly the RNG I was talking about. If he gets grabbed, I lose the time because he is invulnerable during this entire thing.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah.
But it should be fine. I should still be able to just speed him here, and I would teleport out if I didn't get shocked by the lightning. RNG go crazy. But this is now where so there is a glitchless run of this, and a glitched run of this. The world record is the glitched one. The glitchless one, I would have also like gone through this way and gotten a humanity quest, but because of a glitch by New Blade Runner, I'm able to just kind of jump out of bounds and
cool.
Use this to skip through all the way to the chapter 5 boss.
Is this a good time to get a quick announcement in?
Yep, because this is a whole minute of running.
Okay. Well, while Zin's running through, let me get an announcement real quick. So if you just missed out on our Hotfix shows tonight, stay tuned for a replay of Game Over and Think Fast coming up right after the break. Sorry, that's not the right one. Okay, try again. Looking to get more involved with the GDQ community? Join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use exclamation point Discord and Twitch chat for an invite and for more info. All right, back to you, Zen.
All right, so the specific path I'm taking is the only path to get there because there are a bunch of invisible walls, and even though I'm walking through this walls, like half the walls are invisible, half the walls are not, and so you need to like kind of like make sure you're going through the right one. And if I pretty much walk down the wrong way, I'll either hit a wall or I'll go through the floor and die, and I'd have to run through the entire area again. But this is the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. It doesn't look like much because they're all invisible. Normally this is a really annoying fight, but because they're all invisible, I can kind of just smack them and they can't really do anything about it. So this
really
is
cool.
specifically the Eldists, because for this fight we only need to kill the Eldists. And so that's why I specifically aimed at this specific enemy, because I know that this one is the eldest versus like the other ones, which I think right next to it is the Centric, maybe. But and then there's like the youngest next to that, and then the Battle Maniac.
This is kind of awesome. This is really cool.
Yep, and so it plays a cutscene and opens the door, but the boss gate is never opened. So I can only go forward this way. But thankfully I kind of just am able to, instead of actually going up to get the gold tree, I just teleport back to the hotel because I don't need the gold tree just run. You do get the gold tree to skip some bosses later in the game, but that is at chapter 11, and this run ends at chapter 6, so pretty much exactly halfway through the game. And because of the fact that I never meet Alidoro, I also am able to sell my Ogo that I got from Scrap Watchman, because he does give a very good amulet, but because I never meet Alidoro, I can't get the amulet, and so I just kind of just sell it so that I can get the slight boost in levels versus getting the damage buff that would be good otherwise. And this is the P organ. I know, funny name, but it is kind of just the pretty much like the upgrades of this game.
You're back. Why not? Go to you can get.
I also do need to talk to Geppetto twice, because if I don't talk to Geppetto twice, Antonia will not give me the Rosa Isabel Street key, which is required to get to Rosa Isabel Street. If there's anything else you want to ask or talk about?
Yeah, I can get another announcement real quick here. All right, so you can catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. And back to you, Zin.
All right, so there is one glitch I kind of forgot to talk about, or one exploit. If I use a grindstone without any weapon equipped, I'll do this butt scratching animation, which overrides any other animation I'm in. So I used it when I was opening the hotel door, which allowed me to interact with the door about 10 seconds faster, actually. And I also used it in a few other points, like...
That's fast.
Yeah, like getting out of Geppetto's arms after the Mad Donkey. That one also, it's not as long, but it's about like 1 or 2 seconds. And I will use it also at the end of the game. It's not nearly as much time save as it is in the non-glitched run, but it's still a slight increase. So here, there is a slight issue. You might see that some enemies don't spawn. That is because of my game. And they did spawn, never mind. I don't need to talk about it.
Okay.
So my computer's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's fine, but like,
so some of the enemies don't load in. That's something
they don't
that
load
happens in Demon Souls, the original Demon Souls. Sometimes the enemies just don't spawn in.
Yeah, if they don't load in, I can't do anything about that. It's not my fault that my computer lets me run faster. And this is the white lady. She is kind of annoying, so I will kind of focus for this one. 2. Okay, and with 5 parries, I'm able to just spin and then riposto. So if I miss a single one of those parries, there's a chance I just get combo to death. It is a little annoying, and I really don't know how to like 100% perfectly fight her. But thanks to that, I am able to just beat her a little faster than like playing it like normal. And so this guy is our next quest for humanity. So we pick up very little humanity in this run, but it is actually like almost perfectly the amount of humanity we need to pet the cat.
So how many lies do you actually tell in this run?
I tell 1, 2, 3, 4. So we lie at the hotel. We then lied 3 more times. Technically, 2 of those are not lies, but that's a future, like later in the game, you find out that they were in fact not lies.
But you thought they were lies.
Yes,
so
at this, at the moment,
morally, it's a lie. Yes.
Yes, but at the end of the game, you find out that they were not lies.
So it takes 4 lies to get a cat to pet you. That's good to know.
It takes 4 lies and okay, I got hit by that. Yeah, that's why I heal just in case I get shot. I should have dodged, but it's alright. But it takes, I think you can do it in 3 lies, technically. But it takes 4 lies to do it as fast as possible.
I see. I gotcha.
Because some lies are higher than others.
I see. Yeah.
But we only do 2 of the lies that are worth a lot. The other 2 are... Please don't hit me, thank you. But the other lies are kind of... like, they're worth a little less, but they still are exactly enough. They give, I think, 40 each versus the line to the hotel gives you 150, and the third line we tell also gives 150, but then the other 2 give 40 each. And here we will really quickly level our weapon and hopefully level our weapon and get 2 levels in vitality. The 2 levels in vitality is that so we don't get one shot at the next boss, because there is I would say like 30% chance that there's a move that will just 100% guarantee hit us. And so we get that 2 HP, like that 2 levels of vitality, just so that it does barely not enough.
I don't even remember what the next one is, and I think you've skipped a few. So
I skipped a lot.
Yeah.
I skipped Fuko and Archbishop and Atoned or Survivor, or both, depending how you look at it.
Yeah.
And I guess I technically skipped Black Rabbit Brotherhood, because
you got rid of them. I'll count that one.
Oh, man.
And so here is our second line of the game, where his wife is a puppet, and so we tell him that there was a message that she loved him, to lie to him and make him feel better. We do find out at chapter 11, spoilers for anyone who hasn't played, that is true. There is actually a message behind the puppet that says, "I love you, Julian," which is his name. And this is now the Opera House. This is where the final boss is. And there is a skip to get to the boss slightly faster, as long as I don't get messed up by the enemies.
I remember these enemies being quite annoying.
Yeah, so This enemy, I don't know how to 100%, and I think I already messed up, but it's fine. Okay, so we're using that skip, I can just skip the entire opera house. And I will open this door, just in case.
Backtrack shortcut in case you die.
Yep, in case I die. Because the first part is kind of annoying. It's not like super annoying. His moves are actually really nice. I like him, like his moves a lot. They're very satisfying to parry. The problem is that getting every single parry is kind of difficult when you it's not always 100% chance pretty much. So this is King of Puppets. A lot of people like this boss for a very good reason. It is a good boss, but it is not my favorite boss, and I already messed up. It's let's see what happens. We'll just see what happens now.
I remember the second phase is quite different from the first.
Yep. Let's see what happens now. And I don't do enough. What? I'm a little confused now. Yeah. Should I load
Low on damage.
Yeah, that actually now I don't know what to do. Should I load a save file really quick?
I mean, yeah, if you feel like you need to load a save, that's totally okay. Yeah.
All right.
Just
I am
so we
sorry
can
for
see.
anyone.
Well, I'd love to see the strategy is like it's intended in the run for sure. It's loading saves is totally okay. We'll
Sorry to
consider
anyone
that to
who's
just be just a normal game over, which goes well with the show.
Yeah, so with that fight, because I messed up my first phase, I actually used an item even though I was not supposed to. I was trying to heal, but I accidentally used my consumable that actually messed me up.
I see.
That made my damage a little lower than normal. Actually, a lot lower than normal.
I could hear the
But-
confusion in your voice. Like, oh, that's not quite enough.
Yeah, because of that, I also didn't get enough Fable to actually do the next part of the combo. If I was actually able to do the next part of the combo, I'm sure it actually might have worked. But because of this, I don't know. But hopefully this just... Yes, we do need to play this cutscene again. Even though normally it wouldn't play the cutscene every time we obviously reset it.
Yeah.
Ah. I don't know what... I'm just gonna play this slow right now, because I really don't know what's happening. Yeah. I'm so confused right now. And I probably actually died. Like, I might die next phase if I get hit. So this part Okay, I do not get hit. Life is good. Life is fine. But if during the spin, there's a like 30% chance that I'll get hit by the spin, and that'll barely do it. That'll do enough to do about 90% of my HP. But it's because I didn't get hit.
I could see how you could get hit during that spin. Like it looked like he was about to tag you. Nice. Easy.
And with that, it is technically the end of the run. I do need to get 2 more lives now, though. That is the final boss of the run.
That's the final boss.
But
right. Yeah.
with this, it does have 2 more lives, which she asks. Antonia asks me if she looks exactly like the painting still, which her face has half petrification. So we lie and say, of course, she's still beautiful. And over here, we also talk to Paul and Dina, who awakens his Olgo, and he says that he loves Antonia, and has there ever been anyone, like any puppet that's ever done that before? And so we show him the wedding ring from the previous puppet that was the wife. And that's also a lie at this point in the game, but because they're also connected, technically those are 2 truths by the end of the game. And now we have to reload the hotel because of the fact that the game doesn't really let you pet the cat if you get the humanity like right away. You have to first reload the hotel in order to like pet the cat, which is a bit annoying, but it's something I just ended up having to do every time. So we just use the teleports to come out. And there's 4 places where Spring can spawn, which is behind Eugenie, on a couch, on some suitcases, and in Geppetto's room, or on that shelf. If she is on that shelf, I cannot pet her. But because she is not on that shelf, yes, if she spawns on that shelf, I have to reload the hotel again, which takes
so
like another
comes down to cat location RNG.
Yes, which the one behind Eugenie is the best, and the one in Geppetto's is the worst. That's petable, and it is in Geppetto's room. So with that, it is time right there.
Nice. Worth. Amazing.
So this run was routed by me and one other person. And even though I messed up, I still think that was not a bad run.
Yeah, you're a good bit underestimated. Good job. Great run.
Yeah, so...
Thank you for showing us how to pet the cat as fast as possible in Liza P.
Petting the cat has been my life for the past, 2 months.
This cat.
And so, yes, this cat. And I do not... At the beginning of when I started running this, I liked the cat. Now I'm a little annoyed at the cat because sometimes I've had multiple runs where I lose PB because she spawns on the bookcase.
That's typical relationship with the cat, you know?
Yeah, if she spawns on the bookcase, you need to run back to here and then teleport out, teleport back in.
Can we get one more cat pet for the fans?
Right.
I think everyone wants to see at least one more.
Yes. I also we can put on the dog outfit.
Okay, yes. The dog petting the cat is perfect.
This is also what I did last time I ran this too. Because the fans like the dog.
Yeah. Awesome. There we go. Amazing.
So hopefully there is a DLC coming out too, and it has shown that there is the baby cat of this version. So I mean, maybe I could do more with that cat specifically. I feel like it'd be funny if it's different, but yeah.
There could be a pet both cats.
Baby cat.
There's a second cat. Yeah.
Yeah, pet baby cat percent.
New run. Okay. Well, thank you so much for that run, Zen. There was some cool stuff there. I'd never seen that skip that you did to get to the Brotherhood out of bounds. That was actually super cool.
That was found, I think, earlier this year. So
yeah, you said
New
by
Blade Runner.
Yeah,
New Blade Runner. Yeah,
New Blade Runner is a good Bloodborne runner.
Yeah, he did the full game out of glitched on current patch with that skip. And so I just because of the previous run for Cat Percent was with records, and it was right before Black Rabbit Brotherhood. It was just faster than beating Romeo because that took like 10 minutes. And then I told the person I was routing this with, if there was a skip on current patch that skipped Black Rabbit Brotherhood, I would actually think about doing glitched, and that exactly happened.
Yeah, nice.
I now run this now.
Okay. Well, like I said, thank you so much for showing that off to us, Zenblade. Do you want to give yourself some shout outs, tell everybody what you're up to and where they can find you?
Yeah, so I mostly stream on Zenblade. I stream predominantly Liza P, and I do a lot of challenge runs as well as currently learning speedruns. And nice. I also have a YouTube which has a few videos of my challenge runs, one of them being no stamina, and one of them being fatals and pay gods only, or puff gods only. And I do have, I guess it's X now, Twitter. I'm trying to use that more. And I might run this more, or I'll be practicing new runs, especially for the DLC coming out soon.
Yeah, the DLC is exciting.
Yes, and I am very looking forward to maybe doing all bosses, including DLC.
Nice.
And then all achievements, which that's 3 runs worth of runs. But yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here, Zenblade. We're going to go to a break in just a minute. We have a run coming up after this. We're going to be holding a Mega Man Legends 2 run on the highest difficulty setting by a great runner named Blue Metal. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you stick around. But we'll be right back after this break. And thank you again, Zenblade, for that awesome run. But yeah, we'll be right back.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the break. I hope everyone got themselves taken care of, got a snack, use the bathroom, stretch your legs. We are back with a really cool run of a game I've never played before, but I played the first one. We're going to have a Mega Man Legends 2 run by Blue Metal. It's going to be any % on the very hard difficulty. So since I haven't played it myself, I'm going to be taking a lot of notes while Blue Metal goes through the run and explains it all for us. Blue, do you want to go ahead and take it away?
Yeah, hi everyone. So this is Mega Man Legends 2, where as you can see on the screen, it's Rockman Dash 2. This is the Japanese version of the game. So Legends 2 is both casually and in a speedrun setting notoriously difficult among the Legends games. So it refines the controls and does things better than the first game, but at the same time does some things a fair bit differently. And here on this game in particular for very hard, it has the same upgraded health bars as hard mode has, but the enemies now have armor, so they last even longer. So that's neat. But I'll get the run started, and then as I go through it, I'll just explain more of what's going on, more of the difficulty changes and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, are we ready to go on the timer?
I am ready. I think Ray's probably ready. So if you want to just count us in whenever you are, Blue.
All right, cool. So we're going to be starting on very hard. So here we go. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. So at the start of this run, on our ship, the Flutter, everything's on fire. And this is one of those games where it's faster to just lose. So
Oh yeah, classic.
instead of putting out all the flames, it's faster to just do this. We're stopping, dropping, and rolling. So normally you would just like stand in the flames and wait for your iframes to run out, but if you roll, it cancels your iframe, so you get hit towards the end of the roll, so we end it even faster. So it's one of those runs. And it's kind of like a sign of what's to come, if you know what I mean. But so the difficulty settings in this game, they're determined by a key item you have in your inventory called a license, and it's graded C, B, A, S, and double S. Easy mode starts you with C. You can't get anything higher, and it makes the game easy. Money drops are worth a lot. Normal mode starts you with B, and you can take tests to upgrade it to B and S, or to A and S, sorry. And the hard mode starts you with S. Very hard starts you with SS. You can't get it otherwise. And the licenses, they determine the drop values, the drop tables, how much health and armor the enemies have, and how much damage you take. So that's how things are structured in this game as far as difficulty goes. So like in normal mode, you can just go take tests to make the game harder and more rewarding at the same time. By the way, I'm stealing Gramps' money. He isn't using it. So yeah, that's how the difficulties work in this game. And it'll be pretty clear if you're used to playing normal mode, where some enemies will go down pretty quick, some bosses go down pretty quick, but then you see on very hard mode that their health bars are huge and they take so much damage because of the armor. So that's how things are going to work.
That's interesting. They just like literally make them visually larger, the HP bars, just to let you know, hey, there's way more HP here.
Mm-hmm. And here at the start, some story stuff happened here where we had to leave the junk shop. I'm gonna go right back in, and I need to spend some of that money. So I'm gonna buy. So I bought the energy canteen, the rollerboard for my jet skates, because I want to be making those pretty soon. It's the same piece of gear from Legends of One that lets you zoom around real quick. But you at least get it early in this game by buying one piece and finding the next one in the next dungeon. And then I also bought my first buster part, being the Power Razor. Just makes it stronger. I don't have any additional range or anything yet, but that's fine. This game, as far as the buster goes, there's more exploit mechanics you can do to shoot faster, but we're mostly focused on attack and sometimes range, whereas the first game kind of wants to focus on some energy and other stats. This game, just go for attack and sometimes range, and you'll be all right. And you'll notice I'm jumping a lot. You have faster airspeed than you do on the ground, so we'll be jumping a lot whenever possible, because sometimes there are rooms that are short enough where the jet skate wind-up animation is too slow, so we just jump in that room instead. And since I don't have the skates at all right now, I'm just jumping everywhere. And then there's going to be I mentioned buster mechanics to shoot faster. So in this game, there's what's called stutter shooting. Sometimes it's called stutter stepping, where like you'll see me kind of just doing this funny looking stutter animation while shooting the buster, and it just lets you shoot faster. All you do is just mash forward at a set rhythm and you shoot faster. I'll be using that a lot. So in this chest, here's the other piece of the jet skates. So I get to have them mad early. Get away from the door. And this game also has the lifter, so I can pick up enemies and throw them at each other. And I'm going to do that here to get some money off of these guys. Come on, I don't want this any flying around really high in the air, dude. Alright. So we're going to be coming up on the first, on the intro boss of this place. We have some creative names for him. We like to call him Spike Butt. You'll see in a second why.
Okay. I'm on a little bit of a delay, but I can't wait to see Spike Butt.
So we shoot him in the butt, and he stuns from it. And I'm just going to be doing this the whole fight until he's dead. Now, sometimes if you hit him on the correct frame, you can hit him twice in one stun cycle, which is nice, but it's frame perfect, so I'm just stutter shooting, hoping I get it.
I can see why you call him Spike Butt. Yep, that's what that is. Yep.
Oh, there was a double hit. So I'm just shooting him, hoping I get him. One more. Ah, he's still alive. Oh yeah, I just realized I should probably share my screen, huh?
I think
I'll do that when I get a chance.
No, I got it figured out, I think.
Okay. All right, so that's the intro dungeon done with.
Yes. Okay, I
And
think
I'm
I
gonna go
have,
grab some more.
I think I have
good to
no
go?
delay now. Yes.
Okay.
You're opening a door
That's
right
good.
now, right? You're closing the door, going through
Yes.
a load screen. All right, we're good now. Great.
So I'm going over here to grab some safety money just in case, because the energy canteen that I bought, it's something where I get to just open the menu and use a heal on command whenever I need to, and I'm gonna need to use it, and I could potentially need to use it early. So I'm coming into this door to start a side quest. I talked to this guy. He's like, "Hey kid, you want an item?" And in English, he gives you a fossil. Do you want to know what it is in Japanese?
Sure. What is it?
Do you really want to know what it is in Japanese?
I mean, do I? Now you're making me doubt
It's
myself.
it's a dirty magazine.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty silly. It's for a side quest later on where I have to be a dark armor, where it means I have to be a bad boy. I have to do some bad things, and
I
there's another
see.
NPC that won't talk to me unless I'm a bad
see.
boy. So I'll make my first safety save here, not because it's difficult, but because I've sometimes had the game hang here or on the next island for
Okay.
like an endless hanging that would sometimes happen. So just to make sure that doesn't happen to me right here. So instead of traveling right away, I want to do some item deving. And we're gonna move. So I created the jet skates. I'll be putting them on as soon as I get here. So this is Forbidden Island. This place has a couple of bosses. One has a lot of HP. I'm gonna put those on here. Sometime, wait, hello? Jeez, sometimes the game will just hang on its menus and it just really threw me off really hard right there. So we finally have the jet skates, and something cool that the skates do in this game versus the first one is that when you hold forward going off of a ledge, you do like this big old jump. And we'll be doing a lot of movement tricks using the jet skates here. And we're coming up on the first, I would say, mini boss. And I got a really, really cool strat for him. He's gonna go down so fast,
Okay.
even on very hard. All right. Okay, we got past the hanging spot. That's good. All right, so here, check this out. This boss is we're not gonna fight him. Actually, I'm out of here.
Oh, sick. Whoa. Did you just go out of bounds there?
If you do it the right way, you can go out of bounds. It doesn't do anything useful, but you can. And that skip is only possible in Japanese. They patched that in English.
Those are some nice
So
skates.
now, trying to blast these dudes. No, I got too close to them. Come here. So right here, I'm doing an interesting version of the stutter shooting where I'm alternating a camera turn button. And for some reason, turning cancels it even faster, so I can shoot even faster. But it's hard because like I have to alternate L1 and R1 in between up inputs. So I'm just like mashing the buttons, trying to go fast. And it's really only usable when you're not locked on. So it's really situational for when it's useful. Like if you're dealing with a big enemy or something stationary, then it's useful. But yeah, it's not useful all the time. You have to lock onto something. So I'm gonna save again. Now it's not too likely that I die on this boss. If anything, I just want to keep my canteen and not spend it if I don't have to, but we'll see. So this is one of the main big bosses of this difficulty. We're early in the game, and look at how much HP this dude has. So
That's the whole screen. That's the whole screen,
Yes.
yeah. So maybe you can touch on this afterwards, but like, what is the like general structure of like how this game progresses? And for someone like me that like hasn't, doesn't have any experience playing it, like, is it kind of like an open world thing? You can tackle things in any order, is it set linear progression?
Yeah, so this is a much more linear game where you're following a story and you're trying to collect what is 4 main key objects on different islands. We're looking for the motherlode keys. And we haven't quite discovered where they're at or anything yet. Like when we get finished with this boss, we're going to be finally meeting up with Gramps and the ship he's chilling on. And once we get on there, that's when we get told about the motherlode keys and where to find them. Oh, he's on the phase where he does spread blocks. And we go one island at a time instead of being able to choose. So in Legends 1, the world was very like... It was fairly open, but you still had to follow a progression. Whereas this one is a bit more strict, where you have to like specifically go to certain islands one at a time. Oh, stop hitting me with those. Okay, now that his nose is gone, we don't have a weak spot to deal with, so I'm just shooting him in the body whenever possible. So that's when I go for the crazy mashy stutter shooting technique. All right, I have to use my canteen. All right, that's fine. I got the extra money for that reason, because it costs not a whole lot of money to refill it, but early on in the game, my money's tight. All right, so whenever he flashes like this, whatever attack he's doing, he's invincible during it, so I gotta just sit there and dodge. And he leans back like a tarantula or something, jeez.
It's actually very mobile for like what kind of a thing he is. Like,
right?
like I wouldn't have expected something that looks like that to be able to lean back like that and then get back up. Man, this is a long fight. I guess like at this point, are you underpowered as well? Is this like because of that skip, maybe you wouldn't normally be this weak? Like, or is this just how things are for this difficulty?
It's pretty much how things are.
Okay.
You don't have access to much gear.
This is just what it's like.
Yeah. Like, you don't have very many buster parts. You can only put on 2 parts, and I can't really get any extra power for it. So this is as much damage as I'm going to do. You can get a special weapon early on, but it's not a good one, which is why we don't have it.
Okay.
So he's finally done. We're here on the new ship. We can finally learn about these keys and where we have to go. And then stuff really gets going. Just going to take some money from that vase. They weren't using it. When I listen to the music in this ship, I feel my brain increasing in size. All right, so I get this item here, some more money. So that item I got was the piece to the drill arm, but I'm not going to use that yet. And I want to come in here and buy the piece to the... Oh, almost bought the wrong part. So I got an item for the missile launcher, and I got another buster part, so I'm a little bit stronger. Of course, they give you all that stuff after you fight an obnoxiously long and difficult boss fight.
So you said that was like one of the more tough ones in the whole run?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to develop the... Whoops. The... Hello, menus. The missile launcher. And we're going to the next island that has the first key. And right off the bat, we're going to be fighting another boss. I forgot to recharge my canteen, but that's okay. That's why we have Data here. He's our save point. I shouldn't need to heal on this island at all if I play my cards right, but knowing, you know, exhibition run luck, something could happen. So I'm going to put on my next buster part that I just bought. And if you're familiar with the bonds, Tron Bond, Teasel, you may have seen Tron Bond from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, true.
She's in this crab-looking robot, and this fight is definitely tough for new players for sure. She's like the noob slayer. And I'm manipulating her to do this spinning attack over and over again, because what she does is often based on distance from her. So a lot of the time she'll do the spinning, which is what we want. Sometimes she'll do other things, but she's likely to do this. So I gotta just
Making me
jump
dizzy.
over these bullets.
Not quite as much HP as the last one.
Yeah, definitely. However, there's one issue with this boss that really sucks. Oh, getting pelted.
Ooh, stun lock.
That's why this boss is dangerous. But the thing that sucks is that once she's down to a certain health threshold, she's going to do this invincible spinning attack. Or I can get this. She's trying to lock onto me to shoot bullets, and she gets kind of stuck on me for a while. It doesn't last forever, but this is nice when you get it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, there's the invincible spinning. So sadly, this attack lasts a long time, and I'm here in a safe spot. So this goes on for like, what, 20 seconds or something? If you're playing on easy or normal, you never want to see this. On very hard, you're likely to see this at least
Yeah,
once.
sure.
If you're really unlucky, sometimes twice.
Sure. So like, how long would these fights go by on the lower difficulties?
They would go by pretty quick.
Yeah.
Go
What
on,
is
like-
the? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm also just trying to think. But so on normal mode, we have a funny strat where we just go right up to her face. There's a kind of a safe spot right underneath her. We just sit there, just unload all of our missiles, and she goes down very quick. But on very hard, she has too much HP and too much armor to make that viable. So that's why we gotta jump over bullets and such. And I picked up an item. I picked up the other piece to the drill arm, so I'm gonna go back and make that before I go into the next island, or next dungeon rather. And since I'm low, we're gonna heal up.
So like, what is the time difference, for example, between like, let's say the world record for this difficulty versus like the easiest one? What's the huge difference there in terms of minutes?
Let's see. Max out the attack and 1 energy upgrade on the drill. So the difference is probably like 40 minutes, give or
that's a
take,
lot.
maybe less.
Dang.
30 something, maybe 40.
Wow. And is that just
Because, on
mostly like
Easy and normal,
boss
it
fights?
just steals. Yes, most of it is
Jeez.
boss fights.
Wow.
And on very hard, some of it is also there's a good number of minutes where you're like grabbing extra money that's out of your way, doing an extra side quest for more cash, going back and forth for more money and upgrades.
Yeah, getting
So,
extra upgrades.
Most of it is
yeah.
bosses, but yeah, pretty much.
I see.
So safe
That's
to save
huge.
again. I shouldn't need it, but just in case.
Like some games, the difficulty like difference between lowest to hardest is like, measurable, but not like super extreme, especially for like the speedrun. Sometimes it doesn't matter at all, but 40 minutes, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the 30 to 40 minute range. It's fairly large.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is the bosses. So this dungeon, this one is another notorious dungeon in the run where it's hard in a way that doesn't necessarily kill you, but it's just very annoying because there's things all over the place that are just trying to nip at you and pelt you with things. It's hard to really describe, but it's a very annoying place, especially with these frogs. Getting around them is fairly tight, so I want to not stop, and they tend to change direction to try and run into you on purpose. And we're gonna be fighting 3 bosses in this place. The first one is round 1 with this dude named Bola. He's a very cool, chill dude, except fighting him is kind of annoying. He starts this off by summoning frogs. Oh boy, my favorite. And the frogs are actually very dangerous. Like if they keep hopping at you, they can just eat away your whole health bar, like if they really want to. So you take them out, and he spawns in. It looks like he's floating kind of low. Yeah, all right. So if he was floating high, I could just stand there in front of him and just drill him without him being able to hit me. But he spawned in floating kind of low, so I have to just dodge and drill, dodge and drill. On the plus side, doing this conserves some of my drill energy, but it is sadly slower. And he's almost done. All right. So that's the first time we fight him. We do fight him again, but it's a little bit different. So here's a drill wall. Another reason why I brought this thing. So I can get some more money. Like, I'm definitely going to be trying to go for a lot of money in this run, so I can upgrade my weapons as often as I can.
Oh, that's like a pretty good DPS on that boss. Is this the weapon that you'll be using a lot, or is it just like boss specific?
It's definitely per boss and per dungeon. The drill has as much DPS as the legendary shining laser.
The legendary shining laser. Okay.
Yes. It's just the difference is that it's melee range, so it's whatever you can reach, you'll get shredded.
Sure.
Here's some more cool jet ski movement. So this place is fun for this reason. There's some
That
cool
is
movement
sweet.
stuff
Yeah,
going on.
that looks cool. Yeah.
But this place does have a lot of stuff being thrown at you all at
Yeah.
once.
How's the movement in this game in general? Like, just is it difficult or pretty straightforward?
Lifter. The movement is pretty much just like Legends 1, except it's some might call it a little bit more slippery because whenever you land from a jump, you're still sliding in that direction. But that also kind of helps jumping be faster, whereas in Legends 1, you kind of stop for a little bit whenever you land from a jump. But it's overall the same with some refinements. So for this fight, I'm just going to be doing this over and over again, getting up close, letting him do an attack, and I dodge it, going again. He's almost done. And then once he has low enough HP, he goes to the middle. I can't do anything, I just gotta sit here and wait. Alright. Ha! Not gonna land on me, buddy. So I need to make sure I conserve some energy or another drill wall. But since my Bulla 1 fight wasn't the good RNG, I have plenty of energy to hold on to. So even though that fight was slower, there's still a plus side to it. So after activating that blue pillar, it raises a bridge in the middle. Because when I was up there before, I activated a panel and jumped down. But that path led me to a key to activate that bridge. So I have to get back up there again. But on the way back up there, there's more enemies, there's more traps active. It's like I woke the place up. So those frogs are fire frogs now. You definitely don't want to get hit by those. You get literally set on fire and just lose health over time. And these things that are on the walls, they're awake now and they shoot orange pellets everywhere.
You seem very annoyed, but it looks like you're getting through pretty smoothly, I gotta say.
After running through this game for years, you kind of learn just how to get around these things that are trying to annoy the heck out of you.
I can hear you grunting and groaning as like you're trying to avoid getting hit, but it looks like it's going well.
Yeah, this place puts you through the ringer. It's like you're gonna get hit by everything until you finally learn how to deal with it. And here's another drill wall for some more money. And I want to do a funny little jump here to get around these frogs, because another thing these frogs do is they try to jump to try and bump into you as you try to jump over them, but you do that one at the right angle, the frog on the right doesn't really try. More money. All right, now I'm through all the dangerous parts. I can just kind of coast through the rest of this dungeon until I get to the boss. Now, you wouldn't guess what the boss is. It's totally not a frog, but really big.
Honestly, I thought it would be that same guy that you already fought multiple times.
Nope, we only fight him twice. Then we come up to the main main Reaver bot of the ruin of this dungeon. Because pretty much every dungeon in this game has like at least like 2 or 3 bosses.
Okay.
But there's always gonna be like a main Reaver bot guy. Got their money. There it is. Wow, it's still way over there. I want to pick up the helmet. Not to put it on, but because I'm going to sell it later. And I'm going to heal here. I don't need to safety save. This boss is fairly easy. Knock on wood. Alright, so I'm going to try to jump at him and drill him in the mouth. That's the strat.
Okay.
One cycle. Ah, almost. Yeah, the drill is very, very powerful, as you can see. I almost just got him. And he's dead.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's this pause spamming thing you see me doing on occasion. Like, what it is pretty much just like skipping text boxes. Like the voiced ones in particular. Like if there's a voice text box that's about to play, if you pause and unpause during that loading portion where the voice line is loading, it just skips it entirely. So, because otherwise, if you're holding the text skip button and the voice line tries to play, it kind of uses up about like a second every time. So, just a quick little double tap on the pause, and then the text box gets skipped. So that's the first island. And what we do in between islands is we bring back the keys to that main ship I was on, and then we go learn about the next island and go to the next one.
Yeah, I can see how it's like pretty linear this way. Yeah.
Yeah. You can always revisit islands if you want for like side quests and loot and stuff, but story-wise, yeah, it's very linear. So the next island, it's probably the longest chapter in the whole run, and oh boy, there's one very, very, very painful part of it. So this island, it's a very small one. It's artificially made. It's called Nino Island, and it's going to be getting attacked. It gets attacked by these pirates from a nearby island a lot, Glide and his bird bots, because they want the key too. And our flutter got shot down because they thought we were pirates too. So we're here for a little bit while things get fixed. So there's some money in a trash can. I don't know why you throw away money. And shopping trip. Let's see, I need to buy canteen upgrade, hyper cartridge, aqua chip. So I bought an extra point in my canteen. I think that refills it. I need to check real quick. But I think that refills it. Yeah. So my canteen had 5 points, now it has 6 points. So having that 6th point is very, very, very important because like my default HP bar is 5 points. And if I run out, I get put into a red health bar where even though my HP is 0, I still have that 1 hit of cushion before I finally get killed. But when you heal up, you're back to full health, which means you get a chance to go back down to red health again. And then I have that 1 extra point left over to get out of red health yet again if I really need to. And then I also bought a hyper cartridge, which just refills my weapon energy. And then I bought the aqua chip, which lets me make the jet skates, but the underwater version. The spoiler, next dungeon's underwater.
Water dungeon coming up.
Yeah. So here's an auto-scroller section. There's not much I can really do other than just wait. I can mess around with the NPCs and stuff, blow up the boxes if I want to, but we're trying to guard this door from the bird bots. There's a whole bunch of them. And our boy Johnny's trying to put boxes in the way. I like messing with him. I can get him to bonk himself with boxes. So he's gonna pull the lever. That dude drops another box. He's gonna pick it up and put it down. He's gonna pull the lever again. And bonk.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
blow up the box. He's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
pull in the lever.
I would
it goes.
absolutely do
Bonk.
this in runs if I could. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I gotta be careful.
I mean,
These guys might try and grab me.
especially in like auto scroller.
Come on, Johnny. Let me see one more bonk before I have to finish this. Bonk. All right. All right. So that's auto scroller number 1. So here's auto scroller number 2.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So I'm defending the place from the pirates. And here's where I got to do some evil things. Because I mentioned that side quest earlier with the fossil.
Oh, yes. I remember.
And I got to be a bad boy for the NPC later to talk to me. So I'm going to blow up our friends and throw them off.
My God.
So,
You know, for auto scrollers, these are pretty cool, I gotta say.
yeah. I got to get my armored dark somehow. And this lets me do it for free with no time loss. How you doing, Johnny? I'm sure you're doing all right.
Man, the poor NPCs in this game.
Yeah. And I can throw him off as well. Later, Johnny.
Oh, no.
Like, you can throw him off in the first area, but he comes back in this one. And now they're trying to drop off bird bots to do it at the door I came from. This is the thing I'm trying to defend. It has the health bar at the bottom left. Oh, you know what? Okay, these guys, these are my orbiters. If I stand in the right spot, they have very slow turning, so I got a little friend here. He ain't doing nothing. He's my friend. Until I use him to throw him at their
You're
ships.
cool.
Ah,
At least it lets you have some fun during the auto scrolling. Yeah, and sometimes like auto scrollers are nice just to have some downtime depending on like the run that you're doing. Because I've had some speed runs where it's like, man, you're just like going the whole time. You don't have like any time to like just chill. So depending on the game, the run, like it's nice to have stuff like this.
yeah. In Legends 1, there was that boat section where you just sit there and wait, take down the other boats, try and defend your boat, but otherwise, mostly nothing's happening. All right, so this part's about to end. Ooh, he almost just hit me with that. Jeez. So the next one is not an auto scroller. Instead, it's a mini boss. But we're going to be dealing with him very, very quickly. So I'm going to develop the next weapon I'm going to be using. It's called the ground crawler. It's very cheap and it's very strong. And I'll upgrade the missiles while I'm here. But I put on the ground crawler, right? Let me check. Just to be extra sure. Yeah, okay. So this weapon is spammable just like the Buster is. Except it has really, really strong DPS where the only downside is that it travels along the ground. And we have this ship in the background that drops off bird bots and stuff, but the strat is to just jump on it and just destroy it with our new weapon.
Gosh. Yeah, I saw that HP bar. I was like, that's a lot of HP. But yeah, that was really quick.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to save just in case. I shouldn't die here, but you never know. Something dumb could happen. That's going to be the thing I'll be saying a lot throughout this run.
Never know.
Yep. So this is also an auto scroller where we're going to the roof and we're trying to make sure they don't blast their way through with bombs. And then after that auto scroller is over, we got another boss.
Does this game have any like checkpoint saves, auto saves, or is it just all like manual saving? If you don't manual save, you're like out
Yeah,
of
it's
luck.
all manual saves. This is
Okay.
one of those games where if you die, you go to the title screen.
Yeah, okay.
So you gotta be real careful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be making so many auto saves.
Yeah,
or
no, that makes
manual saves. Sorry.
perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got 2 planes here. One is just dropping off bird bots constantly, and the other one's trying to shoot at you. Well, just being annoying, but as long as you take out a number of the bird bots, you'll be fine. But on normal and easy mode, they don't do enough damage to the center here to worry about it. Like, you can just sit there and do nothing, and they can't win. They don't do enough damage. But on hard and very hard, that's when you finally have to worry about it. But we're safe at this point. I could probably leave it alone. It'll be okay. But
it's interesting, like the sharp difference between difficulties for this game. Another game that comes to mind for that is a game that I believe you've ran, Near Automata. Like the difference between like the difficulty levels is like really sharp.
Yeah, very hard in that game. Just one-shot kills. Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah. We had Ame run that a few months back, and it was like, wow, this looks really intense.
Yeah, it's tough. So this boss is just another plane, just like the other ones, except it has a lot of HP and it tries to ram you on occasion, but mostly just shoots at you. I'm waiting for the ram attack so I can just shoot crawlers at it. Chunky damage. Now, if you're lucky, sometimes he'll try to prepare the ram attack in the middle of the stage, and he won't do the ram until he lines up with you. So what that means is you can just sometimes just circle around him, damaging him while he's just never able to ram or fly away. But that's pretty rare to get, and I'm not getting it here so far. Wait a minute. Speak of the devil.
Nice.
A little late for it, but I'll take it.
Nice.
So we fought them off, but the main leader of this place, he's not going to let us into the main dungeon yet until we go to their island and destroy them and make sure they stop trying to invade. So we agree to go over there, kick their butts, and then we can come back to the dungeon. And the island we're going to, oh man, it is the biggest pain point of the run, no matter your difficulty. It's very annoying. There's things everywhere trying to shoot at you. It's just, oh my goodness.
So this is like the peak right here.
Yeah, like
right.
I'm expected to use my heal there somewhere. And I know which area it's probably going to be. So I'm going to switch to my homing missiles, the weapon I was using before, because there's a lot of airborne targets. So I can't keep the crawler going. All right, Glide's base, a very notorious area for multiple reasons. I want to heal up, make a safety save. All right, so this place, not only are you trying to stop them so they stop invading the island you were just on, but also you have these 2 little villagers here, these 2 little kids. They look very funny. The pirates also kidnapped their sister, so not only are we trying to stop them, but we're trying to get their sister back. So we're here for 2 reasons, and this place is very, very painful. So one of the painful places is the outside, where I'm trying to make sure that the kids can get to the side of the fortress while also not getting totally shot up myself, because there's gonna be bullets and bombs everywhere.
Oh.
All right, this area is brutal. So the goal is to get the kids to the left side of the area. I don't technically have to kill everything here, but I really should for the money and so that I don't get annoyed so much. Okay. This is the kind of enemy where it tries to predict where you're moving to and it shoots ahead of where you're moving, and these tanks do the same thing. Like, it's that very predictive sort of aiming that just annoys the heck out of you.
Is it like input reading?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. And like, do these bullets like stomach you, I guess, sort of?
Yeah, they kind of do. Oh, and here's another thing that makes this game hard, is that even though you usually have that red health safety window, like what typically happens is that you'll get hit into red bar, and on that hit that does take you to red bar, you get like a knockdown with some iframes. But those bullets that are being shot at, the bullets that they're shooting at me, they're one of a couple of attacks in this game that'll just juggle you into red bar and then hit you again without giving you that invincible knockdown.
No. So they hit you in the air before you get your like on the ground iframes.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
That's one of a couple attacks in this game that does that. So thankfully they both survived and got over here. Otherwise I would have had to pick them up and throw them over here. All right, so here's area 1. We got a bunch of planes, but the planes are not the threat. It's all the wall turrets that are littered in this room that are trying to just shoot you with a lot of bullets. And the goal is to take out all 8 planes. And the last one drops the card key to unlock the next area. And there can only be 4 planes in the air at a time. So I'm taking out the ones that are not in the air so I don't have to worry about them later. So now I gotta just hope the missiles cooperate with me. This area makes me really hate this weapon a lot. Because the tracking on the missiles, it confuses itself very easily with the other planes that are in the air and the wall turrets that are there too. And as you can see, I'm getting pelted by bullets by them. The planes are not the threat, it's the turrets! I shouldn't have gone for that. No, I'm not. You know what? You can actually leave this area mid-fight. So I'm going to leave, heal up, and try again. Because Data is right here, thankfully. If he wasn't here, I'd be so upset. All right, we're going to try that again. Because I was getting shot at relentlessly.
They respawn?
Sadly, yes.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to try it again. Hopefully I don't get shot so much. Even though they're trying to drop bombs on my head, and they do a lot of damage, they're far less threatening than the turrets are.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again. Sometimes these planes also like either stay over your head or they just fly onto freaking outer space. Like, hello, come back over here. Come back.
How many shots does it take to kill one?
About 2 or 3.
Okay.
I think it's 3. Because if you hit them head on while they're flying towards you, the explosion hits them as well. Otherwise, you just kind of get the one little hit stun and no explosion damage. So it's less missiles if you hit them head on, but
I see.
Sometimes they're not that cooperative. Please come back.
This does look extremely annoying, I have to admit. I can easily see how this would be a dreadful part of the run.
Yep.
Nice.
So I took them out, and this was the point where I was supposed to leave and heal up again, but because I kind of got bodied the first time, we're doing it a second time. Okay. So here's the key that got dropped. Hello, rabbit. All right, so this next area, it's painful if you kind of make mistakes because it's a bunch of bird bots up top lobbing bombs at you. If you position yourself right and move at the right moments, you shouldn't get hit too much. I'll take some of that money though. I really want to get rid of these wall turrets though, because they shoot bombs as well and they hurt a lot. So this tower section works in waves. There's going to be 3 waves of a bunch of them. And I only have to take out 4 bird bots at a time for the next wave to spawn. And then the 4th wave is going to be 1 bird bot by himself. And he takes 2 cycles for some reason, because I guess he's a boss. No. Unless he hides in a spot that your buster can't reach. Please come back. All right. Oh, that's not good. The last little middle finger of a hit before the area ended. Okay, so this is the most brutal section. These tanks.
Oh, it gets worse.
Bullets. Those bullets I told you about before.
Yeah.
But I have a strat here that I hope works. Or I got juggled into death like I mentioned earlier.
No.
Well, there was my first death. That's unfortunate. I should have saved, but
we
Oh,
got
well.
a game over. You know, I'd
Yep.
say that it's like you're contractually obligated to get at least one game over on the show.
Yep. So that's the threat of the bullets in this game, like I was
That
talking about.
looked ridiculous.
Yep. You get juggled into death instead of getting the usual knockdown with the iframes. I knew I should have just. I was telling myself on the inside, just save because the tanks are coming up. You never know what's going to happen. I should have done it, but like, if I got knocked down while red bar, I could have, reacted, be like, okay, let me just heal right now.
That's
But,
a huge setback there.
yeah, sadly. So when they juggle you into death like that and they're shooting you that quickly, it's hard to react and do a heal because I usually wait until I'm red bar to heal up. But yeah, he juggled me into death before I could react to it. It's unfortunate, but this place is brutal and I set my estimate at 2 hours for this reason. So let's try again. Hopefully, we're doing this, huh? Okay. I gotta play some 3D bullet hells while I try to get into my safe spot. Get away from me, please. Oh, and the tank is chasing the kids. Ah.
You said
okay.
there was a risk of the kids getting like messed up.
Yeah, like what usually happens is they'll be kind of laying there all burnt looking,
Okay.
but they're not like dead. They just won't be able to run, so you gotta move them over here yourself. Stop. Ooh. Jeez. There is a weird thing with the tanks too, is that when they're against a wall, for some reason they don't get the hit stun animation. They just kind of keep taking damage. So what I was trying to do in that tanks area the first time was lead them to go towards me and be against a wall, and it lets me damage them even further. But I instead got pelted by a whole lot of bullets and died. All right. So let's see. Are they both down? One of them is. So that's what you do if they're if they ain't doing so hot. All right, so we're at the plains area again. Hopefully it's a little smoother than last time.
Yeah, this is quite the gauntlet.
Yeah. I knew I should have saved after this area, but so be it.
You know, I respect the decision. You know, sometimes it doesn't always work out.
Yeah, because like I was fully expecting to go into the tank area with full HP, and I got the surprise bomb hit right at the end of the second area, but it is what it is. We move. Oh, that was cool. The double?
Oh, that
On
was
very hard?
amazing. Wow.
All right, you know what? I don't care that I died. That made it worth it. That was cool.
Yeah. That was sick.
All right, now I'm going to save. Well, I should have the first time, but all right. All right, so we're going to do that tower area again. The wall turrets, the waves of bird bots. Not a big problem unless you just get a sudden bomb hit for no reason. Okay, not for no reason. It's my fault technically, but oh, neat. Are you guys gonna make me go back to data again? I think they're gonna make me go back to data again. Come back.
You're like shooting him through the wall?
Kinda. Just eat a missile, dude. And he's on the other side of the tower. What a troll. Man. Okay, fine. I'll go back to data. Okay, fine. Fine. I really, really want to go into the tanks area with max HP, but this place is trolling the heck out of me.
It'll be all
Typically, I'd only
smooth.
come out here and visit him once.
After this, it'll be smooth, trust.
For real, though? Yeah, actually.
For
The next dungeon is not that hard.
All right, nice. Nice. Well, that'll be a nice, like, break after this gauntlet right here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so I want to lead everyone to this corner, get the wall damage if I can. All right, well, 2 of the tanks cooperated. This one's being kind of mean. Oh, and I'm shooting the door. All right, we're playing 3D Toho, I guess. Oh. Oh, I'm not red bar yet. Okay, now I'm red bar. All right. Use my heal.
Okay. Yeah. They you have plenty of HP, it seems, but if you just get stun locked without being able to heal, yeah, that's super brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Well, I was
Went through it.
expecting to use a heal there. I was just wondering when it was going to happen. Because that was a really awkward situation. So this area, I don't have to beat anything. I just have to grab this box, throw it up here. The whole goal is to get up to the top here. So that area is kind of a nothing burger. And there's their sister. So I got to take out these bird bots. Oh, you're funny. All right, so she's holding the key to get out. So instead of having her give me the key and I run for it, I had to pick her up and take her to the door. All right, come here. Let's not get shot on the way out of here. All right, we're out. We're through the worst part of the game.
Nice. Man, that looked awful. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That place ends runs or makes you lose so much health, dude. It's nuts. So now we can finally go back and start the next dungeon. And as mentioned before, the water dungeon. But before that,
Oh yeah, we haven't even done the water dungeon. That's right.
yeah, we put the drill arm back on, as the drill is very, very good for all the bosses in that place. But wait, there's more. So, Glide and his bird bots are not done yet. They're sending one last attack to our funny place here. And guess what? It's an auto scroller.
Oh yeah. do you get to bully the NPCs at least?
Not really.
Ah,
Sadly.
that's very
So
sad.
I have to defend roll from getting shot by these missiles. And on very hard, they take 3 hits apiece. So I gotta really stutter shoot and make sure I'm in front of all of them. Sometimes some missiles don't even try, so I just left that one alone. And you can pick up the missiles as well. Come here. And I can throw out another missile to save me some buster shots.
Oh, that's cool. This game actually looks pretty cool, I gotta say.
Yeah, for a PS1 game, it's visually it aged pretty well.
Yeah.
Mechanically, it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. Oh, what am I doing? Not paying attention. I'm just yeah, I'll hold R2 and square and mash forward. It'll be all right. I probably shouldn't do that. All right, so one more wave of missiles and then we're good. And now the attack got thwarted, and they're gone for good. Now I can go focus on the dungeon. You know what? I'm gonna go save again.
While you do that,
This is not a place where I didn't need to, but I'm going to.
Is it a good time for me to get some announcements in real quick, Blue?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right. So thank you to everyone supporting GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits. Your contributions help keep our shows running. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. Also, if you're curious about what's coming up on Hotfix, you can check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. And back to you, Blue.
All right. So starting the water dungeon finally, we go down to a big hole. You know, this place is totally Nino Island's massive toilet, I guess. So this place, it's a water dungeon, and the unfortunate thing about this version of the game that the PSP version fixes is that when you're underwater, the game gets purposely slowed down to 20 FPS. So the game speed is slowed down significantly on top of the water physics. So it's going to be real slow moving. But on the PSP version, they fixed it so where the game speed is normal, but still having the water physics. So that makes the PSP version quite a bit faster to run than this one.
I see.
On my aqua jets, and after I fill the room with water, I want to be doing a really cool airwalk glitch.
Oh, yeah.
Because normally you have to stack some boxes that become lighter because of the water, and they use those to jump over a big red wall. But we're not going to do that. We're going to try to just airwalk our way over it.
Okay, I'm excited. I love glitches.
So I pick up this box, line up, run and throw, and boom. It hits us in a way where like we don't get knocked down.
Oh, cool.
And we're just running around the air.
Cool. That's sweet.
It's a pretty cool trick. It's fairly precise, but once you have the feel the timing down, then it's just not that bad. So as you can see, this place is slow.
Yes, I can tell. Very slow.
Yeah, and the water physics calls for us to jet skate everywhere, even in tiny rooms, sadly. So the main boss of the dungeon, we're actually going to fight early. It's at like kind of the midpoint. And then the other two bosses are the partner of the guy I fought in the first place. The first place I fought Bola. I'm going to be fighting his partner Claymore, but not just yet. All right, hear me out. I'm going to do a trick that's fairly precise. If I don't get it, then I'll throw the box. So instead of throwing the box on the switch, I didn't get it. That's fine. If you do it just right, you can slip around the bubble jets without having to turn it off. Get away from the fish. All right, throw the box on the switch. Switch to my drill. So I went for it. The last time I ran this game on a GDQ Hotfix show, I did get that trick. It was pretty cool. Just barely squeezing through the bubble jets.
Yeah, but did you shoot two bird planes with one missile?
You know what? I don't remember. I want to say no because it's not too likely.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah. So here's the main boss. We fight it fairly early. It's 3 big old jellyfish. And we have a consistent manipulation for them, because they're otherwise extremely random. But if you get hit on purpose and get this paralysis effect going, they move very, very predictably and consistently. So we use that to get them to move into my drill. Okay, I want to get hit again to reset it, because the effect is about to wear off. Okay, he's dead. He's dead. Now for the last one to get over here to me. All right, just one more time. Get some money while I'm at it.
You're so slow.
Yeah, with the paralysis effect and water. Oh, we are a slug. All right, had to get some extra cash. So here's another reason to run Japanese version. The next room has another red wall, and normally you're supposed to stack boxes on the English version, but on Japanese they have these big fish with platforms on their backs. So we jump on the fish and then jump over. On English, those are replaced with a bunch of tiny fish, so your only option is to use the boxes.
The fish sounds way more fun.
It is. Unless you mess up the jump and then they start attacking you. So yeah, this place is pretty long. It's a very deep dungeon.
It seems
We've got a couple more floors to go.
Seems a lot more chill than the previous one. It's honestly a little too chill. You're moving really slow.
Right?
The movement is like to a crawl.
Yeah, this place is actually somewhat fun on PSP where you're moving at normal speed.
Well, I was about to ask, does the movement feel like weird with it slowed down like this?
A little bit. It's you just have to do things with like a delay in mind. So like when I stutter shoot and I mash forward at a set rhythm, I have to slow down that rhythm significantly. It's a very awkward rhythm. Turning still moves at no real delays. It's just the speed is just slow. It feels mostly the same, just significantly more floaty because of the water physics, and then the speed being
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't understand. I'm not a game developer, but it seems like water levels are not the people's favorite. They keep putting them in games.
Yeah, like I can see what they were going for, where with the music and the mood and everything, it should feel like scary water stuff.
You do have to at least back up your water level with some nice music.
Yeah. So I'm on top of this dude's back. He could have went 2 directions. He went in the good direction, thankfully. And I need to get on top of that pillar with a chest. So I'm waiting for him to get over there. And then I'm going to skate jump to another pillar with another chest on it. So this one, I believe, has a whole bunch of money in it. 20,000 zenny. And I want to do a big old skate jump into the dark to the other pillar. This one has the key to the next area. So yeah, if that manta ray reaver bot goes the wrong direction, you lose quite a bit of time, and it makes the jump to that pillar significantly harder. It's like he kind of starts tilting sideways, and if you jump off of him at the wrong spot, it eats like half of your jump. All right, so the water's gone. No more water anymore. Yay. I want to make a safety save just in case. I shouldn't need it, but you never know. And now we're going to be fighting Claymore for the first time.
Okay. The first time.
And he's a very silly boss. He's very, very stationary. So the drill is going to eat him alive. It's going to eat him up. The only thing I don't want him to do at the start of the fight is to do these little blue spark things. They're a little bit risky and not like it's dangerous, but I just don't want to see it. Oh, he did the thing. All right, can I beat him before they hit me? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. That was so close. So yeah, get up in his face, drill him, he's done. Now the unfortunate thing is I have to climb my way all the way back up to the top of the dungeon. But there's at least no water, so I can get through it fairly quick. Relatively. And at the very top, I fight him again. He has access to more attacks, and I am able to get hit during that fight from a couple of them, but they don't do enough damage to where I'm really worried about it. So yep, climbing these steps, making my way all the way back up to the top. Well, there's a cool jump right here with the jet skates. Nice.
Nice, very cool. I like the ledge grabs in this game. I didn't even realize that you have ledge grabs.
Yeah. That's like the one time you want to go into a ledge grab, because otherwise it's just like, well, I guess I'm ledge grabbing because my jump can't reach otherwise. But that one, That particular jump was cool.
Yeah, I guess
Normally you would just like land it on the floor or something.
Yeah, I guess you like would lose time on like a ledge grab
Yeah.
typically.
It reminds me of a trick in Legends 1 that's somewhat recent that we call Big Jump. Because there's a couple of gaps in that game in one dungeon where normally you are going to get a ledge grab, but if you let go of the jump button on a specific frame of your jump, for some reason you go higher and further just a little bit. It lets you clear that whole jump without doing a ledge grab. That's pretty cool.
That's a cool skip name, Big Jump.
Yep, because it literally just makes your jump bigger.
It's just a big
so we
jump.
call it Big Jump.
Yep. Love it.
They got in the way.
Oh.
Sometimes you can skate right through them and their flop will go right over you, but I was not so lucky. All right, we're almost out of here.
This is a long climb out, yeah.
Yeah, this entire chapter for the second key is just long. Not only is the dungeon long, but I had to go fight off some other pirates and do some auto scores before that. Just, it's a long section. But we're almost out of here. One more set of steps. And we're coming up on the refight with Claymore. He's got some other attacks. He's got lasers he can shoot from his midsection. He's got something that reminds me of the Destructo disc from Dragon Ball. He's got these floating bombs that look like burgers. I don't want to see the lasers or the Destructo disc. He can do anything else, and that's fine. If I want to like avoid a hit. The burgers, all right.
Yeah, I want to
ain't
see
worried about anything
burgers. Do they do look like burgers. Whoa. Exactly like them.
All right, we're finally out of here. I'm done with this place. All right, I'm going to bring back the second key to the big old green ship called the Sulphur Bottom. And then we'll be heading to the third island.
Are we going to be going to a break soon, I believe? Is this the spot?
If you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn in the key, and then when I get to the next island, I'll make the save, and then we can take a break if you need to.
That sounds great. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. The song makes me feel intelligent and feel my brain expanding.
Is it classical music?
Yes.
Okay. I can't hear it on my feed, so like I'm just imagining classical music.
Yeah, well, that's the correct guess.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to switch back to the ground crawler. Now I'm going to upgrade the energy. And we're going to head our way to the third island. It's a desert-themed island with a fire dungeon.
Okay.
And it's being attacked by the Bonds again. So we'll be dealing with more of our serve bot buddies. So I'm going to heal up. Go ahead and make a save here. And if we need to take the break, now would be a good time.
Yeah. Let's. Everyone, we're gonna go take a short little break. So if you want to take care of yourself, get up, use the bathroom, get a snack, stretch. We're gonna go to intermission for just a little bit, but we'll be back to finish up the rest of this run right after that. So stick around. We'll be right back. All right. Thank you. Hey y'all, welcome back from the break. I hope everyone's settled in. We are back with some Mega Man Legends 2 80% Very Hard by Blue Metal. Blue Metal, take it away for us. You want to count us back in?
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here. It's pretty cool that this game has a hard pause function, so your in-game time stays
Oh, really?
where it should be.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we're here at the desert island, and It's under attack by our good old pals, the Bonds. We're pirates with our favorite Lego guys, the serve bots. And there's going to be one section where normally you have to save an NPC and then come around the back and have him drive a truck through a bunch of electric fences, but that takes time. So we're gonna go over the electric fences ourselves. So it's gonna be intentional damage boosting. Oh, accidental. So it can be kind of painful, but as long as you know what you're doing, it shouldn't hurt too much. All right, so I'm gonna jump on this little fence, skate jump to this fence, drop down, get hit on purpose, and then I'm gonna jump and shoot, get hit on purpose again, get sent over. I'm gonna get the money from these tanks. All right, time for some shopping. Sell the cute piggy. Sell the helmet, the aqua jets. Whoops. Going to recharge my canteen. Buy the medicine bottle and my next buster part. Okay, put the buster part on. So I have no range and I'm focusing purely on attack right now. And I bought the medicine bottle, and what that does is it gets rid of any status effect you have on, like the electric paralysis effect that slows you down, being caught on fire, other things like that. Because there's the next dungeon, not the one I'm coming up to, but the one after that. It's notorious for having enemies that will hit you with 2 status effects at once. One of them is the paralysis effect, so we do not want to deal with that. All right, healing up. This boss isn't dangerous. I say that now, but this boss isn't dangerous. It's Teasel on a mech that's holding the statue of the town. We're gonna blow up the statue on purpose, because as soon as he gets hit, he just ducks down anyway, so you are gonna hit the statue regardless, unless you want the fight to take a century. Alright, that's some good RNG. So what he does, he bounces back and forth, and he'll either fly overhead really quickly, or he'll come out and laugh like this. Oh, I almost had him. Wow, that RNG was incredible. Can I get that in a run, please? He didn't hop over a single time. But yeah, on lower difficulties, when you hit him with a strong attack, he does a stun animation before he puts the statue down to guard himself with. But on very hard, he just puts it down immediately, so just destroy the statue, get it over with. So this is the 3rd dungeon. It's the Fire Lava Dungeon. This place is known for being actually kind of scary, and it's actually not that difficult, but rather it's just very punishing. So if you make a mistake, chances are you're going to be grabbed by a floor leech, you're going to be possibly landing in some lava and just being put on fire, having all your HP drained and stuff like that. So this place can be very dangerous, but as long as you're just careful, it's not that difficult. So there's a bunch of enemies in this room that are going to wake up all at the same time, and I want their money drops, so I'm going to gather them up all together like this. And look at all the money.
That is a lot of money.
Is there any more in here? No. Okay. And the main boss of the ruin, he's invincible for the time being. We're going to be going into a big room that shows him off, but we can't hurt him yet. We have to deal with another object first. That was him in that window. We have to deal with another object first that makes him vulnerable. Oh, okay. I accidentally bonked a dude, lost most of my health, but that's fine because Data's in the next room. He's right over here.
Ooh, scaring me.
Yeah, it's... If you bonk an enemy like that, sometimes that can happen. You know what? We're saving. I've kind of learned my lesson.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier on, it's pretty brutal. I don't know how far back you were going.
I would have been at the start of the island, so
yeah.
we're not doing that. So we're gonna ignore him. I'm gonna go over here first. There's 3 paths I have to go to, and each one has a switch that I need to unlock. That door to my right, that one unlocks after I activate the switches. And within that room is the thing I have to destroy to make the boss vulnerable. So this place has jet skate jumps and a bunch of areas with lava. I just have to make sure I don't fall in the lava and I'll be alright. There's going to be one jump that's going to be really tight, but we're not going to mess it up. Definitely. So here's the first switch. And here's the tight jump. Get around this guy. And get over there. All right. Because if I got hit out of the air, I was going to land in lava, lose all my HP, and death was a very high chance. But the movement is consistent, so as long as you got that down, you'll be all right. Whenever anyone messes up that jump, the key mistake that they make is that they try to like desperately get back up to a platform. But those flying purple things, they're trying to target you and kill you. So even if you're down to 0 HP, just kill them first and then make your way up to a platform and then you'll be all right, usually.
I'll keep that in mind for my playthrough.
Yeah, just taking them out is a bigger priority than getting out of the lava. You'd be surprised. So a big old chunk of cash in that chest. Most of the cash you get in this run is actually from chests. There's still a good bit from enemies too, but a lot of it's from chests. There's the next switch. There's floor leeches in this room, so I'm taking an intentionally slower path to make sure I don't get hit by a leech. In some of these hallways, you might see that I'm sticking to the sides. It's reverse operation. I don't want to be in the middle because there's leeches there. And here's the third path. So if you touch the lava on this place, even if it's just for like a frame, you get put on fire. And that's damage over time, which is bad. It doesn't slow you down, at least. Being in the lava does, though. Alright, so we're going to go back to that other path with the locked door and deal with the thing that's giving this boss his power source. Because what happens normally if you're fighting this boss while he's invincible, you do enough damage to him and he goes to try and drink lava. And so he's pretty much invincible. But if we go in here and take out the stalactite hanging from the ceiling, it cuts off the lava flow and then he's vulnerable again. And there's Tron and Bonbon. So this fight really sucks. Because the goal is to grab a bunch of little Reaver bots and throw them at the stalactite. Because otherwise it doesn't take much damage from your weapons. But we have a damage exploit for that, actually. So she's going to grab one, and I'm going to time it with my weapon hits. Try and deal a lot of damage like that. That's what we want to do. Because otherwise, if you throw them at the stalactite one at a time, it just goes down really slowly. So I'm knocking these dudes down so that Tron and Bonbon can pick them up. Bonbon, where are you? Come here. Oh, I think I'm late to that one. No, still got some good damage. Get him, Bonbon. What are you doing? Stop. Oh, it's almost dead. Come on, man.
Magic pixel.
I'll do it myself. It wasn't enough, and I got hit into the lava. This is not good. Sometimes you get scammed. I'm gonna heal.
Yeah, looking a little dangerous. Man, you are on fire. You are super red.
Yeah. That place doesn't usually go that poorly, but I got kind of scammed there, and then they started being hostile. I was debating on not healing because I didn't know if I was going to get down to red bar or not, because this boss, he's relatively harmless if you know what you're doing. Just stay in front of him at all times. Your biggest threat are these blue orbs that you just have to shoot at and they're gone. He'll only spit out more orbs if you make him move around. But as long as we stay in front of him, he won't move around. So we just sit here and buster him, and that's it. So it's not the boss that was threatening, it's the thing before him.
It looks like a Metal Gear. Like
It does look kind of like a T-Rex too.
yeah.
It's a big old dino. Metal Gear Rex. Wait, wrong game.
Yeah. When did this game come out? Did it come out after MGS1?
Yeah. I think this was 2000 or 2001.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the text box on the screen for swag. All right, after that shenanigans, I'm going to save again. The rest of this place isn't that dangerous, but we've seen what happened earlier. I ain't taking my chances. So we got to make our way back up again, but that's because at the very start of the ruin there was a door that was to the end of the hallway that we didn't take, and that's where the key is.
Do you think this would be a good time to get some announcements in, Blue?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good to me.
All right, so prize submissions are open for SGDQ 2025. You can visit gamesdonequick.com for more info. Also, Black in a Flash's Summer Speedrunning Celebration Juneteenth will be live on the GDQ channel from June 19th to the 22nd. Type !Juneteenth in chat for the full schedule and visit gdq.gg/BAF
I'm loading my save.
to learn how you can join the Black in a Flash community. Back to you, Blue. What happened?
So I got an unintentional really early jump that ruined the entire strat to that room.
Okay.
I was gonna die. I was not gonna chance it.
Well, you
I'm
like
reloading the
just
save.
you just saved, right?
Yeah. So I usually get the movement in that room correctly, but I got an early jump somewhere that I wasn't intending. So that room is filled with lava, and it's got a couple of dudes that shoot missiles at you all over the place. And that room, with the way I do it on this difficulty, it's actually not that dangerous, but I just barely went off of the wrong spot of the terrain, and it's like, oh, I guess I'm not landing on those platforms over there. I'm landing in the lava, aren't I? So I'm just like, nah, I'm not even gonna mess with this. I'm not gonna try to do a desperation survival. Just load the save, dude.
Oh, like how long does it take to go through a death to then reload your save? It just takes longer, or
Doesn't take that long. You're mostly set back from where you saved from. So let's try this again. So I jump from here. Yeah, that's what was supposed to happen. Go off this platform and in here. Yeah, that should have happened the first time. Because in here is a couple of chests with a lot of money. 24k and 30k. This place is actually more dangerous on the easier difficulties where you're not trying to get that money. Because what you do is you intentionally jump into the lava to go to this little island over here. So you're going to eat some damage trying to get to this door quicker. But since I went to that other room with the money, the path to that door was actually safer. Unless you mess up the jump like I did, then it's not.
well, like you said, like the beginning, this place isn't necessarily hard. It's just very punishing. So it seems like these like minor mistakes are just like stacking up.
Yeah. So we're going to fight Tron with the ground crawler. She's done.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah. The HP bars for Tron and Bonbon in this place are kind of deceptive. Because they look somewhat long, but they actually don't have that much HP. So the ground crawler just shreds them. And yeah, spoiler, I'm going to fight Bonbon too. And also, spoiler, he goes down just as fast.
Okay.
He's trying to run away with the key, but he's not.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
skip text boxes. So here's the entire reason we wanted to be dark armor.
Okay.
To talk to this guy. So I sold him the fossil I got at the beginning of the run. So he gave me 50K for it. And then I bought something from him worth 100K. And then I want to go back to that junk shop owner in a little while and sell that item to him for 300K. So it's a big old chunk of cash. But I'll be talking to him after the next ruin. So yep, third key, bring it back, and we go to the fourth dungeon. And the fourth one is on the first island we were on, actually. The snowy place. And what's going on there is the groups of pirates are going to be working together. They made a train out of scrap parts. They're trying to threaten the city so they can get the key out of it. But we get a train of our own, and we're just like, nah, we're doing a train battle here. So I'm going to keep the ground crawler. We're going to be fighting that boss pretty much with the buster, though. And the ground crawler's for the dungeon afterward. And the guy that I saved at the in the very intro dungeon, the abandoned mine, he's going to be giving us the key to the train that we're going to be using. So let's see, I want to buy buster parts and recharge my canteen. Okay. All right, we're gonna go visit the hospital where he's at. Got the key to the train. All right, I want to do some swag movement to the train, even though it's slower by a tiny bit, but it's cool. So I gotta do it. All right, time for the train fight. So the reason we don't use the ground crawler on this fight is because the explosion kind of moves backward and the trains are moving forward, so you get like no damage from it. So we're gonna take it off. We're on the buster part the part that I just bought. So I have the same attack power, but I have some range now. So this fight used to be a big problem until I recently discovered a strat that makes it way less of an issue. So first I'm gonna be taking out the cannons here. I can hit two of them at the same time by hitting in between them. And the reason why this fight is so dangerous and so annoying is because of the turrets up top, combined with the laser cannon that's in the middle. But I figured out, if you just destroy the turret up top on the right, it's no longer a big pain. You might get hit like once or twice, but after that it's like, nah, we're good. So I'm gonna try and destroy this turret here. This thing is a big source of my frustration with this fight. All right, now I can just focus on destroying the train.
So do you lose like just a little bit of time trying to like focus down the turret, but maybe worth it?
I never actually time tested it, but this laser's really annoying at the very start. It doesn't know what it wants to do. It kind of just bounces around, and it goes on forever. But I haven't really time tested it. It looks kind of like the body is getting hit at the same time as the turret.
I did notice a little bit of damage was still being applied to the LP.
Yeah, so it's possible I don't even lose any time at all. And it makes it way less of a headache.
Yeah.
Because otherwise right now I'd be losing health constantly by getting pelted by that turret. So yeah, that laser just goes back and forth for the entire fight. And the laser isn't really a big deal. It's just at the very start, it kind of shoots where it starts at because it's aiming at you the whole time. And then it starts moving side to side. And sometimes it'll start at a weird spot and just kind of bounce around a little bit. So this phase, I grab missiles with serve bots on them. I don't know why they put the serve bots on the missiles, but I grab the missiles and throw them back. I have to hit them with 5 missiles, and then I can catch up. And if a missile's coming at me from too high of an angle, I have to do some weird movement and grab the missile from behind. Otherwise, I get hit. Like this one. Let's see if I do it right. Like that. Because if I try to stand there and grab it, it's going to hit me. So the good RNG is missiles you can catch without having to move. Oh boy. And sometimes you can see the expressions on the Serbots. Sometimes they're like happy or sad or kind of angry, or like a straight face. Like, why am I doing this? Why is Mistron making me do this? That one had a straight face.
Yeah, I can see that neutral face.
So it should be all 5. Put my weapon back on. All right, as long as I don't get hit by this cannon, we'll be all right. It's pretty easy to dodge. And I can just ignore the damage being done to my train. It's got enough health. We'll be all right.
Yeah, this is not much of a train battle on their part.
They're not very good at aiming their bombs.
Yeah, they should get like a dude with a laser gun to shoot at you as well.
Right? And Bon Bon is the engine of the train. Sometimes those Serbots might hit me. Sometimes they won't. Their aim is inconsistent. You missed. Okay, fine. Babu! Alright, that's that threat taken care of. I still have all my heals. I'm gonna start the last dungeon. Or not the last one, but the 4th one.
The penultimate dungeon, the second to last, maybe?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So after you get all 4 keys, we're gonna be going to the final dungeon. Takes place in a big old church. And if I want to get to light armor, I have to donate money to this guy. But we're not doing that. We're gonna stay evil the whole run. Oh yeah, so this game has a karma system, dark armor and light armor.
I was about to
And in Legends
ask.
1, in Legends 1 it doesn't really affect anything other than dialogue boxes, but in this game it actually does change things. Only a couple things though. Availability of some quests and the prices of items in shops. It's like if you're evil, they're more expensive by like 20%, and if you're light, they're cheaper, but if you're neutral, they're just normal price.
But like, is your character actually like darker? Like the texture on it? Because it looks like he's a little dark.
Yeah, I am darker.
Okay. All right. I was wondering if I was just imagining that or what.
Nope, I am indeed darker. I am evil. So I threw off a bunch of dudes into the ocean.
Bought a dirty magazine.
That too. So those little blue guys, those are the big scary guys of this place. Those little guys, they're the scary things, because if they touch you, you get put on blue fire and the paralysis effect at the same time. So you're taking damage and you're slower just because they just happen to bump into you. And they really, really try to bump into you. So those guys are the worst thing in this whole place. So I'm coming in here for the first piece of the shining laser.
I remember you.
So unlike
talking
Legends
about
1 and
that.
Speedruns, we do get to use the laser in this game.
What was the name of it? The full name?
Shining laser.
It's just Shining Laser. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. Very, very, very strong weapon, but also the most expensive weapon in the game. Like the final energy upgrade for it to make it infinite energy, it costs max Zenny. Just 9,999,999. It's crazy. Now for this category, I'm gonna be getting a lot of money to upgrade it. I'll be upgrading the attack twice and the energy once. But we'll get there when we get there. But it's very strong. And for this place, I'll be using the ice physics here and there to make some jumps really kind of cool to do. Like when you stop skating and you let go forward, you kind of hold on to your momentum from the ice physics. So there's going to be some instances where I just kind of do a neutral jump while using the skate momentum. Okay, when I come down from this jump, there's one of those blue guys here, possibly. Yep, there he is. I've had him kill one of my runs before. He just bonked me into a wall endlessly and I died. Happened a long time ago.
Really? That little guy?
Yep, he's dangerous. So instead of going through this room in the intentional way, I'm just gonna do a big old skate jump to this ledge over here and skip several rooms. It's pretty cool.
The skate
Jump
jumps
over
are
these
sweet.
platforms. Right? That's one of the coolest bits of movement in the game, in my opinion. Alright, so this room has 3 holes with 3 invincible Reaver bots, and I have to lure them into the holes. Someone get in here. Oh, please. Are you gonna walk in? Oh,
It's just
up. This is
wow.
This is bad. Someone come here. You, yeah, someone. Huh? They tend to get confused when there's multiple next to each other. It's like if there's 2 of them next to each other, their movement kind of gets all weird. But if there's one by himself, he usually cooperates, like that. Ball in the hole, it unlocks a nearby door. And in any other category, you just open the green one, because the green one's progression, but the red and purple doors have money and loot. Hey, come here. I don't want to fall in myself, because that turns me into blue fire. Okay, the green one's open. Come here. And here's the purple one. If he's too close, he won't do it either. Don't go too far. Come back. Hey, come here. So the chest in here has a buster part, and it's not useful to me, but when I go to sell it at the shop, it's worth 100k. So I'm looking for that money. And the next room is another big pain point. Not necessarily for this category, but just for going fast in general. Because what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be chasing down 3 key-shaped Reaver bots. And there's a big dude in the middle that shoots missiles at you who has a lot of HP. And the other big threat in the room is those blue guys. They come out from the ground in giant squads of them. So I'm trying to run away from guys that can slow me down and put me on fire while trying to kill this guy and while trying to grab key-shaped Reaver bots. So I gotta take down this guy. He's a big priority. Okay, he's dead. I'll switch to my lifter to make it easier to grab the key bots. You don't have to use the lifter, but it's just convenient. He almost touched me. I'm glad I have iframes. Xbox iframe saved me. Where's the last one? Okay. You typically want to go around their back, but if you jump at them from the front at the right elevation, you can kind of just get them. Oh, no. All right. Oh, he's going towards the door where I have to go to anyway. That's not bad. What's bad is those guys, though. I'm gonna... Okay, that's fine. I have the medicine bottle for a reason. I will not be put on fire.
Wow, that was intense. So that's why you got the medicine bottle.
Yes. And there's the boss. He gets angry once I grab the key. And I am probably going to lose all my HP on him, but he's not dangerous, even though I'm going to be losing all my health. Because he does an attack where, like, he turns the whole floor into, like, blue fire floor. But it kind of skips a lot of his invincibility by doing so. So he puts up these platforms. It gives you some time to get up here. And then once he hops up into the air, if you touch the floor, you get all blue fire. So, but if you land on the floor, he stops this attack immediately. So I'm going to be intentionally taking some damage to make the fight go faster. And I'm jumping to make sure I'm not on the floor so much. In my opinion, this music is too cool for this boss. He looks so silly. Alright. This guy has a lot of iframes and stuff like that going on. Gonna do it again. Repeat the same thing. And then for his desperation phase, he's going to be chasing you around while being invincible. Because he just really wants to just ram into you. Oh, he's chasing. Just move, move.
Yeah, very close.
I may have no HP, but we'll be all right as long as I keep moving. Oh, he's tired.
Nice.
So he has to go through that attack first before he's allowed to die. So even if he get his HP down to 0, he has to do that first.
Okay.
All right, 4th dungeon done. I'm gonna go turn in the finish off that side quest with the fossil. Get me a big old chunk of money. I believe I didn't use a heal, right? No, we're good. Still have 6 points. I used a medicine bottle, but that's separate. All right, I'm gonna do a cool but slower jump because it's cool.
Yo,
Yeah,
that was
boy.
cool. That was dope.
All right, so I'm gonna talk to him. Sell it for 300k, not 100. If you try to save 500, he's like, "What are you, cheapskate?" And he gives you like 10k or something. So you got to be careful. Make sure you say 300, not 100 or 500, but 300. So now I go in to visit. I'm gonna sell in that buster part that I got. 100,000. So I'm kind of swimming in cash right now. Now I'm gonna be dumping all of that into the shining laser when I get it. And then when I get back to the sulfur bottom, I'm gonna be fighting another boss who's trying to ambush us now that we have all the keys together. I'm gonna switch to the homing missiles because he's a flying airborne boss. You can use the crawler on him if you get good attack RNG, but you're asking for like 1 out of 4 actions to be happening frequently. So not good odds. Heal up, save. He's not that dangerous, but we've seen what happened.
It's very hard. So, you know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
The game says it's very hard. It must be very hard.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's coming at you fast.
Yeah. He swoops over me, doing an attack every cycle. That's the one we don't want to see. Now, if I was using the ground crawler, I do want to see that, but I don't have it on right now. Dude, you're making me regret not switching to the ground crawler. What's your problem, man? You're being very rude. Do the machine gun bullets. Or the swoop over while doing nothing. I prefer that too. And the bonds are flying around the background trying to give me support. But during that cutscene, the boss is like, "You guys are annoying," and he just shoots them down. That's fine. I can take the hit on purpose. Doesn't do much damage. Cool. So once he takes enough damage, he's gonna land. That's so I can finish him off.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's not that difficult. He just kind of wastes your time if you get bad RNG. All right, so the ship that takes me to my next dungeon, which is up in space, is here on this island. The blue thing that was in the sand is now active and operational. And that takes me up into space. I'm not going to continue the dungeon yet. Because this is the other piece to the laser, so I'm going to go make the laser first. And yeah, this is also a big lore dump section, but we ain't here for lore.
Would this be a good time to read a few more donations? Or not donations, announcements?
GDQ on the brain.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. It's coming up. Okay, so the annual Sonic Hotfix event is back with Sonic and the Sega All-Stars, live on June 14th and 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern. This year, we're expanding beyond Sonic speedruns to include other iconic Sega franchises. You can type !Sonic in chat for the full schedule and let us know what you're excited to see. Also, get ready for Summer Games Done Quick 2025, as we were just talking about, by checking out our SGDQ ambassadors. All throughout the month of June, support Doctors Without Borders by joining each ambassador's community in the lead up to SGDQ. You can use !SGDQ ambassadors to check out the full schedule. And that's all I got for tonight. Back to you, Blue.
All right. So yeah, this is the final dungeon. It's kind of a maze, and there's some gravity manipulation that goes on here. So when I touch these pink bars over here, I'm gonna get rid of these guys, because they can be very annoying. They do the same thing as those blue guys, except without the paralysis effect. So when I touch those pink bars, the gravity is heavier everywhere. And I'm gonna turn back around because there's these panels that break with heavier gravity. And I need this chest for more money. And you can interact with these machines to change the gravity level. And I made the gravity lower so I can jump high and move really fast. And it feels really floaty. It's really fun to play with low gravity. But sadly, they keep putting these pink bars in the way, so you don't get to enjoy it for all that long. Back to heavy gravity. And then there's a couple of rooms like this where I gotta beat 3 of these spider-looking things. Stop. Whoa, what was that? He flew up onto the ledge without flying up high. That's funny. And just tapping the laser will at least do a tiny bit of damage without spending any energy, which is pretty useful. So all I need is a little tap to get thrown into the air anyway. And those squares on the floor, I do not want to touch those. Because in this room in particular, that one has the effect, the floor things have the effect where I haven't got hit with in this run, thankfully, where you turn all green and kind of look stinky, and it drains all of your weapon energy. And that would be horrible. And those guys just take out the 4 pieces.
Do you have like
And ideally, you get 2 at the same time.
Do you have like a set amount of energy you need for like each dungeon?
Roughly, yeah. Outside of when you can heal with data or using a hyper cartridge in your inventory,
Okay.
I have like a rough idea of how much energy I want to use for like every scenario. And if this place goes correctly, I should still have a little bit of my blue energy bar left. So I guess I never explained the energy in this game. The green bar is how much you have currently loaded. It's like a magazine or a clip or whatever. And the blue is how much you have overall.
I see.
So if you run out of blue, you can't recharge the green.
Yeah, at first I thought that was your HP, and then I realized, oh, the yellow is the HP.
Yeah. Yellow's the HP, and the green and the blue is my weapon. Okay, so this next room is a little bit weird, slightly dangerous. Slightly. I'm trying to manipulate these 2 spider guys to go in a direction I want them to go. Because they have a lot of health. I'm trying to stack them up together if I can. I gotta avoid these
Cool
bubbles.
laser.
Because they... Oh, where are you going?
It's like a Dragon Ball Z
Right? Big old
shot.
beam.
Yeah, beam cannon.
So those bubbles, they set you on fire. I'm trying to stack them up together so I can hit them both at the same time. They got a lot of health. I wouldn't mind some of their drops, though. Yeah.
You still need money at this point, or is that like more than just money there?
I was also going for the energy drops too.
Okay,
Because
yeah. All right.
the red drops are to heal you, and the blue ones are for your weapon.
Gotcha.
I don't really need them that much, but they're nice to have.
Yeah.
So another gravity floor. High gravity. Some more money.
So you do need more money.
Yeah. Just I get more of it from chests. How much money do I have right now? 443? Okay. That should be enough. Because I'm going to grab one more treasure chest. That's going to put me at 500k. And I want to go back to the earth and upgrade my laser one more time with the last attack upgrade I want to buy, which costs 500k. This weapon is expensive to upgrade, but you need it. So this side path has the item that lets me go back. Otherwise, going back would take a very, very long time. It pretty much just opens up a shortcut back to the dock where I was at in the first place. Otherwise, I have to walk all the way back. And we're not going to do that. So thankfully this dungeon's fairly short. So now we're out into what's called the residential area. This place is pretty cool, pretty chill. It's got like a sky and some grass and these cool looking portals. And there's 2 chests in this place, but funny enough, one of them is bugged in a way that helps us. Well, in the speedrun setting, it doesn't help us at all, but what it is the chest has 2 items in it instead of 1. The one we're trying to get has money, and the other chest has a buster part, but the one that we're going for that has money in it also has that buster part in it. So you don't need to go open both chests, you can just open this one over here.
I see.
It doesn't tell you that it gives you the buster part, but it appears in your inventory. It's pretty neat. 60k, that puts me at 500. We're good. All right, so instead of going to the building in the middle to the finale, we're going to head on back and upgrade the laser one more time.
So I'm guessing there's like probably a boss or something that you have like a large damage check on, which is why you need to upgrade the laser like full. Is it something like that we're getting to?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like Mega Man tradition, there's going to be a boss rush of bosses you fought previously.
Oh, a boss rush.
Legends 1 didn't do that,
Okay.
but this game does. Whoops.
I see. And I'm guessing that maybe you don't do this in the lower difficulties, upgrade the laser.
Yeah, on the lower difficulties, you just upgrade the attack once, and that's it. Only costs like 50,000.
Yeah. I can
But
see
on very hard,
this.
you want 2 attack and 1 energy.
I can see how this, like, these upgrades add a whole lot of time.
Yep. Grabbing money, returning to do an upgrade,
Yeah.
and the longer survival time of all the bosses.
Yeah.
And one of the boss refights is actually one of the most dangerous fights in the whole game. And very
Okay.
hard is no exception.
I'm interested to see how quickly you take out the one that took forever in the beginning of the run.
Mm-hmm. Wait, one minute. All right, so it's going to be the 4 main dungeon bosses. So it's going to be the frog, the jellyfish, the dinobot, and the blob guy. Now, I labbed out a strat for this guy just last night. Let's see if I can do it. See if it works. Pick up this thing, throw it at him for a stun effect, and laser him right in the mouth. Nice, works out just as I planned. I labbed that strat out last night. I'm so happy for it, because otherwise that boss is kind of RNG. Alright, and the other thing about the refight is that they're out of order. So I'm going to be fighting the blob guy next. He's the 4th dungeon boss, but he's the 2nd one here. And he's got a lot of iframes. So we're just chilling here, waiting for him to like just finish up moves. And we're not going to take intentional damage like last time. We're just going to sit here and just laser him, even though he's like this attack he does that makes the floor all fire. He kind of goes up high, throws projectiles at you, and gradually recharges HP. But our laser's just going to go through it. Safe from the projectiles. Little blobs of these icky noises. And just like before, we're going to run until he's vulnerable again. Poor guy's all tuckered out.
Honestly, same. That face, oh my gosh.
It's one of my favorite things to do in runs. Like my feel when the run's going poorly.
Yeah.
That face. All right, so next is the jellyfish. And when there's no water, they just sit there and spin, and they spam these spark projectiles all over the place. And the spark projectiles are one of those projectiles that can juggle you into death without a knockdown.
Okay. So
I think on this difficulty, they just hit you hard enough to knock you down anyway. But they hit you for half your health each.
Ooh.
So this is going to be...
This is the dangerous one.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's intentional. I was hoping to get out of the way, but that's all right. So you want to kill two at the same time so you can just focus the last one. So taking a heal there was kind of intentional, but we're through it.
Nice. Yeah, you're melting them.
Yeah, it's just they can melt you too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're through the most dangerous part of the whole run, next to Glide's base. So the two scariest parts of the whole run, we're past them now. We just got one boss refight left, and then the final boss.
Yeah.
Here's our dino friend here, desperate to find lava. You know, it's sad that he's been locked up here for who knows how long, just searching for lava for his whole existence. So sad.
It's funny that they made two versions of all these things.
Right? Like, why'd you make two of them?
Yeah, just to back up, you know? And he is tanky.
Yeah. He's also not that smart, but that's okay. So as long as I stay in front of him, he won't shoot out more blue orbs. Like, once you just have that particular tip in mind, this fight's pretty much free. All right, refight's done. Now for the final boss.
Interested to see.
So,
how
yeah, the
hard-
final boss, she's pretty tough.
Okay.
The main thing that's dangerous about her is that her attacks hit like a truck, but also that she has random teleport locations, and you do not want her to be next to you after a certain point. Early in the fight, she's gonna do like one or two attacks that are kind of RNG, and once we get her to a damage threshold, she's gonna be using the same attack throughout the rest of the fight, and that's when we want her to not teleport in next to me, because she'll otherwise just wipe out my whole HP bar in like one hit. Oh yeah, duh, I should probably save, huh, smart guy?
Please save.
Even though I have a backup save that's at this exact point, I want this to be the same run. All right. I'll skip all these text boxes. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to laser her midsection specifically, because that's where she takes the most damage. So it's like I'm hitting multiple hitboxes at the same time. All right. Oh, she's next to me. Oh, she's doing this. I don't like this move. On any other difficulty, that move is fine, but on very hard, she shoots so many waves of those. We're doing it again, okay, because we didn't hit the damage threshold yet. I tried to roll. Whatever. I have HP left. That's all that matters. All I care about is being not red. All right, now we're going to be seeing this attack for the rest of the fight. The Quake will one-shot your health bar, and these bombs are kind of in the way. Get away from me, get away from me. So the reason why she does this for the rest of the fight is because when she hits a health threshold, she's supposed to do that attack once on lower difficulties. But on very hard, she does it 3 times per each threshold. So on very hard, she'll do it a total of 9 times. And that's more than enough for us to just finish off her health bar. Oh, all right, cool. I'm going to use my hyper cartridge to refill my laser. And here's the last form.
Oh, second phase.
Yep. So now I'm going to shoot this zone. That's where I get the most damage. Easy dodge. All right, this attack is like the hardest hitting attack in the game. The laser tries to track you, but it has really slow turning. So if you just kind of swerve around, it kind of struggles to track you. Oh, this is what we want. This attack is long, but if I move in the right spot, she won't be able to hit me with it. So this is just a lot of free damage. All right, we're coming up on GG fairly soon. Once this fight's over. All right, she's gonna hit me with it. That's okay. I still have heals. Boom, done.
Nice.
All right, time is coming up now. Time.
Nice.
Yeah, I know I went a little bit overestimate, just a teeny tiny bit, but
it's okay.
Lion's Base will do things to you.
That's okay. That was an awesome
Yep.
run. That was really cool.
GG. The one unfortunate death sent me back quite a bit, but
Yeah, that was
We did it.
a big one, but that part of the run looked terrible, honestly. So I don't
yeah,
blame you
that
for
run,
at
that
all.
part of the run is, yeah, it's brutal. Like if I had just done the smart thing and saved before the tanks, I probably would have made it underestimate. But hey, you know what? We did it. We did it on
okay.
very hard.
We had a little bit of time to spare. It's okay. That was awesome. Like we were talking about this in the break, but like this is just an example of one of those games that maybe I don't know a lot about. I haven't played, but I can totally see why people love this game. It's like very apparent. It's like a really cool run and a really cool game. So I appreciate you being here to show it off for us, Blue. On this difficulty, that was really hard. Jeez.
Yeah, because this game is already notoriously hard to speedrun in the first place. So we're just kicking it up a notch and seeing if we live.
That was cool. Okay. Well, do you want to give yourself your shout outs? Tell everyone what you're up to and where they can find you, Blue.
Yep, so you can find me on twitch.tv/bluemetal, as you would expect. My stream schedule isn't that consistent, but I typically at least always get a stream in on Saturdays. Otherwise, throughout the week, it's just kind of random. But I usually stream the Legends series 1, 2, Tron Bond. Sometimes I'll play other games like Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, Nier Automata, something like that. Sometimes I'll play some casual other Mega Man things. So I'm mostly Mega Man centered, but sometimes do other things. But yeah. Stream pretty frequently, and it's usually Legends related.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, Blue. I really appreciate you. That was, like I said, an awesome speedrun. This game looks really cool. So that's going to be all for us tonight on Game Over. Unfortunately, the show must come to an end. But that was a really cool collection of couple of runs that we had tonight, from the beginning, Liza P with the Pet the Cat run, into this like pretty sizable, very difficult Mega Man run. I appreciate both runners for being here, but that's, like I said, that's going to be it for us tonight. And we'll see y'all 2 weeks from now, again on Mondays. I've been your host, Regal, but make sure you stick around because we have some more hotfix. After this, we have Think Fast coming up right after the break. So make sure you don't go anywhere if you want to catch some more speedruns. All right. Thanks for being here.